Hey everyone, Helena here with your shiny shove, the push, the prod, the nudge to help you have a really great day. And I've got two things for you today. One is people are going to do what they're going to do. We can push and prod at people as much as we like, and we can wish and want for them to do things in the way that we want to do things. But people are essentially going to do who they be. In front of you, they're going to be who they are whatever happens. So we might have a desire that somebody really does step up or help more or sit back or stop arguing in some way. But if it's part of who they be, or if it's part of their habitual beingness, i.e., they've learned that behavior in some way, then no matter sort of no amount of desiring or wanting or wishing or hoping or frustration is going to make them into someone different. They need to come to that conclusion for themselves. You could batter yourself black and blue. You could explain what you want from them over and over and over again. But at the end of the day, in that whole way that I teach people, who's in charge, they're in charge, you're in charge. They are in charge of them, and they are going to do what they're going to do because it serves them in the way that it serves them until they see it differently. Now, you could spend your time, waste your time arguing and presenting and everything else. But if you're getting the same result over and over and over, and it's really frustrating you, maybe it's time that you give up and actually build around them or build them out in some way so that they no longer have as important a role in the thing that you want to get done. So if that's somebody who's taken on, sort of maybe it's one of your support team who is consistently late, for example, maybe you just start actually going, okay, that person is consistently late. I could end up firing them because actually that's not part of the contract or whatever it is. Or you could actually go, okay, what does this person actually do or contribute into the business, and how does their lateness impact, and how do we get around that? So there are always things that you can do, but if you're beholden to the dream that you have of someone and they're not showing up in that way, that's just going to create frustration and irritation. Hello you, nice to see you. Now the thing around this is that shows up in our relationships, in terms of our love relationships. It shows up in relationships with children. It shows up in relationships with friends. Really, when we have expectations and when somebody is just doing who they are and being who they be, then no amount of arguing or asking or whinging or complaining is going to change them. So you need to change something that you're doing in order to make that happen. It works on the flip side as well. So here's something really wonderful. I just received in the post a really wonderful little package. It was wrapped in this. It's Lindt chocolate. I'm quite excited. And here comes my second part. I'm really impressed by Lindt chocolate and packaging, but I'll say more about that in a second. But, I'm doing an assessment quiz at the moment. I've just been sent something. It's got a letter. It's got a playbook. It was wrapped nicely. Everything, and it is everything that I expect of the organization that I'm doing this with. It's everything that I expect of the individual who I made the contract with. And it's been surprising because I wasn't expecting it, which is also a thing that I've come to expect of this person, that they wow me and go beyond every single time. So it works in both ways. So we can encourage that, or we can actually stop fighting against it if it's working negatively. On a side note, I just have to do some appreciation for Lindt. These are my gorgeous Lindt chocolates. What is the first thing that you do when you see this? Because you can see it's in a nice film and everything. What's the first thing that you do? You obviously look on the back to see what chocolates there are actually in the box. Here's what's amazing. Look what they've done. Can you see just there? That is the bit. Whoa, I can't actually get there. There we go. This is the bit that actually says open here. So, like it's always really fiddly to get into this. Look at this. It's a gorgeous thing. They actually have a tab where you can open the thing by itself. And now it's a disaster because I've now started to open up the thing. I'm going to have to eat a chocolate. Many blessings. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you next time.